I'm tired at this point. You got the presidential scholarship? Tuition rose to $84K this.
I should have put that disclaimer in there because like I'm still puffy and my talking is weird. But you know what? I'll channel my Nina energy.
What does that mean? Okay.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with
Nina Lim,
and we're going to be filming a video about USC. So I got into USC as an engineering major and Nina did as a film major.
Specifically screenwriting.
Mm-hmm. And we thought it'd be really cool to talk about the differences in our experiences in the application process, getting accepted, and Nina's actually going to the school.
Yeah, I actually committed. She's at Berkeley.
I'm at Berkeley, but I did like go to a student like event, Explore USC, and I did interact with students because I was considering USC.
I also just wanted to say that it's funny because I've actually known Anita since we were like really young and we grew up together, and it's cool because like I saw her go through the college application process and she saw me. She was actually one of the first people who like I told about like USC is my dream school, and she's like, Nina, you're gonna get in. Like don't. She's like the
confident.
First.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna get in. So one thing that I wanted to mention before we get into the video is something that I really like about USC, which is that they have strengths in all fields. So there's like the Viterbi School of Engineering, obviously.
Oh, I thought it was Viterbi.
There's like a College of Letters and Sciences, like the
Dornsife,
yeah. And then there's the Business School, which I heard is really
Marshall.
good too. Marshall.
Yeah,
and then your film school, which is called
See, that's so weird. Every school has like a name. Marshall, Viterbi, like Dornsife. We're just the cinematic school of art.
Really? You don't have a name?
We call it SCA.
SCA.
School of Cinematic Arts.
School of Cinematic Arts. But yeah, USC is really interdisciplinary, and I feel like as a student there, like if I were to be a student there, one of the things I really liked about it was that I'd have friends and like classmates who were like strong in all different fields and have really huge diversity of interests. First thing we're going to talk about is the application process.
Yeah, so the first thing we have is the common application, which is the one part of our like that we both did, that everyone who applies to USC has to do. And I will say, even for just like the general common application, USC's is particularly long. I remember talking to one of my friends and being like, no, you should apply, come on, apply with me. And she's like, there are like 5 to 6 essays on the common app. I'm not applying. So it is a little long, but it's worth it because like you have like the 650 word common application like essay that you send to every common app school that you apply to, but USC also has like 5 little like not 5, I don't know the number, you can put it on the screen if you can edit that in, but they have like a lot of mini essays that are like, do you want to go here? Are you sure you want to come here? Why do you want to come here? Like they just really want, you know, private school style, they really want to know that you are interested.
The thing about the Common App is that if you're already using the Common App to apply to any other schools, usually like private schools, like it's already written for you because that essay is going to be sent to every school, as Nina said. Yeah. And all the other essays are pretty general. We'll talk about the essay prompts that we both answered later on in this video, but they're all pretty general, and I would say like if you're applying to colleges and like if you're applying to the UCs or any other private schools, you could probably recycle some of the writing that you did. So Nina, we'll first talk about the essays that Nina wrote for her application, besides the 650 word ones.
So for my application with Slide Room, there's like this one big essay that all the film majors have to write. Personal story essay, like the story, you can either do like the story of your life or like a lot of people do like the story of like your life, how it pertains to film, like why are you applying to film school kind of thing. So I wrote that. And then, there's another one that's like also like I wrote 2 pages for that essay. Then I wrote another 2 pages for the one that's called like the greatest life challenge thing. So like the biggest challenge in your life. And I wrote that. There was like 2 pages of that. And then I wrote 2 5-page scripts. So each script is like 5 pages, but it seems like a lot, but in script form, 5 pages isn't too much. It's like 1 or 2 scenes. And then after that, I had there's like a writing commitment prompt that was like 300 words or something, like, tell us why you want to be a writer. Do you really want to be a writer? And then you have to be like, yes, I really want to be a writer. And then you have to like make it creative and fun and explain why you want to be a writer. After that, there is a creative writing piece. You can either turn in another script up to 20 pages if you want, or you can turn in a small like creative short story that you wrote, and that's what I did. So it was like only like 1 or 2 or something pages, but it was like single spaced and like it was still a lot. And then after that, I'm not even sure. There's probably like 1 or 2 more tiny essays that are like, are you really sure you want to be here, like at SCA and everything? And then you have to be like, yes, I'm really sure. I really want to be here. And then I think that was like my whole app. Oh, and also there's like they have you do a little resume, like of all the creative stuff that you've done, or I talked about like the shows I've worked on, or like maybe creative pieces that I've worked on, or songs that I've written, even like stuff like that. Like you can put that onto like a little resume.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of people might just not have applied because there's so many essays.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of writing. Like they want to make sure you're like actually committed because like you got to write a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of the reasons why they have like so many writing requirements, to see if you're actually committed. Like even just going through that takes a lot of effort. Okay. So, yeah, how was your application process like besides like the Common App?
Yeah, I also had a lot of essays, which I thought were a lot, but after listening to what you did, I know it's not that much anymore. So, the first engineering specific essay I did was, what do you expect to get out of studying engineering or CS in college? And that's because I applied to Viterbi. That was only 250 words. And then the last essay that I did, so I guess I only did 2, was something about, it's kind of a weird essay that you had to like pretty much focus on USC for, but it was a 14 grand challenges essay. So it's like, which grand challenge is most important, like the world grand challenges that engineers face, and how would you solve that, and like why? So
that's so cool.
I talked about engineer the tools of scientific discovery, and I tied that to my own research experiences, which I figured is something that they're looking for. It's like, what's an engineering or scientific problem in the world today, and how have you somewhat made strides towards that, and also why you think it's important. So yeah, I only did those 2 essays.
I think something that's really cool that we can focus on is that like both for your essays, your extra essays for engineering, and my extra essays for like screenwriting, something that they focus on is that is like, how are you as like a prospective student applying to USC gonna better the world? Because like I had essays that are like, how are you gonna add more diversity to the film industry and stuff. Like there were those essay options and stuff. So they want to focus on like, if we accept you as a student, are you gonna be the kind of person that makes the world a better place, like actually puts an effort to address these problems and acknowledge them? The next part that we're going to talk about is scholarships, aka affording this massive tuition.
True. So for engineering, Viterbi, I actually applied, like, I don't know what it's called.
You got the presidential scholarship?
I did. But like, hang on.
That's so hard to get.
So I applied as like I don't even know, like early deadline to like be considered for scholarships.
Me too.
I got accepted early, and you can check out my Explore USC video that I did, my vlog. And that's basically the day where you go on campus, you meet everybody, and you also do interviews. So that's like the interview for your merit scholarship. And most everybody that goes actually gets a scholarship. I think they said half of the people who attend get a presidential scholarship.
I didn't know you got interviewed for the scholarship.
Yeah,
they just gave it to you.
No, like once you get accepted early, you have to go and then interview with like your respective schools. So I have interviewed with Viterbi people, and then basically they say like 25% of people will get a full scholarship, 25% will get a quarter scholarship, and 50 will get a half scholarship. So that's approximately how it breaks down. And I think most people do get a scholarship, which is nice, unless there's like red flags or something. If you get accepted, you probably are going to get a scholarship, which is great. So definitely apply early if cost is a concern. So the scholarship I was offered was, Nina spoiled it, but I got a presidential scholarship, which is half of the tuition. I got a Viterbi fellow. I was accepted to Viterbi fellows, which is a 4-year program with like research benefits, like research stipends and like benefits in terms of like priority enrollment and like things like that, like networking events and stuff like that. And then also I was a Viterbi scholar, which is a one-time $10,000 award just for my first year. Those things all tempted me sorely to go to USC, but it was still like fairly pricey for me compared to
like the other schools.
Yeah, I think it was like still more expensive in Berkeley too, even with all this money. And I just thought Berkeley, in terms of like my career goals, would be a better fit. But like I still really liked USC. We'll talk about this more later in terms of like culture and people. But like I really liked USC, and I really want to visit, USC and see.
Well, you didn't know I would get in at the time.
I knew you were.
I knew my heart. I did apply early, but I didn't get any early scholarships. I think it's because like
film is probably harder to get in early.
Yeah, it's like I think for those early scholarships, they're looking for people who did really well in school, like really well. Like you took a lot of APs, like you did a lot of academic-wise. You did really, really well. I'm pretty good academic-wise. I'm pretty decent, like your average Asian academic scholar. I took like a nice amount of APs and I did well, like I got all A's and stuff, but it wasn't enough for them to be like, wow, you're such an academic scholar, you know, for those scholarships.
But I'm such an academic scholar.
But at the same time, I still got into the film school, which had like a really small acceptance rate because of like my unique experiences and stuff. So it all kind of balanced out. But like cost-wise, I did receive like a giant grant, so it makes it a lot more affordable for me. And yeah, there's that.
Yeah, there's that. And also, like, there's lots of scholarships that you can apply to once you get into the school, which are great. So the next part we're going to be talking about is student life. And so obviously Nina can talk more about it because even though she hasn't gone to school yet, and she's starting next week actually, but...
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Yeah. Very exciting. But she has been through, like, the class registration process, getting to know roommates, and just probably connecting with other classmates, which I didn't do. I had the experience of, like, going on campus, which... I guess you didn't have, so we kind of have conflicting experiences.
I went on campus or like 2 times, but I didn't
meet with students and like.
Oh, I didn't do like a tour.
Yeah,
yeah.
We had like tours and stuff like that. So I guess like our experiences together should give you a pretty good idea. But yeah, Nina can go first.
I think like one thing you said earlier that I agree with is just like everyone there's so like vibrant and passionate and like want like friendly and extroverted kind of, but if you're introverted, there are definitely like you can still fit in. There are people for you and stuff. Yeah. But I like how everyone's like really nice and really like reaching out and stuff. So I like that environment and all the people and stuff. Registration, there's just so much school spirit. There's a lot of school spirit. Fight on. If you like I one time I googled like colleges with like the most school spirit, and like USC is like up there on that list, like top 2 or something, because you know we're just really proud Trojans and everything. So I love that whole like really strong familial like tie, like yeah, we're all at USC, we're all in it together, and we're all gonna like take care of each other.
I have a funny story actually. I was like walking around in Long Beach with this hoodie.
Oh yeah.
And this guy was like, fight on, and I was like, oh, fight on. Even though like by that time I'd already come into Berkeley, I was just wearing it because it's like a comfortable hoodie. But like it's really cool because like people will like go up to you and like, you know, like have that like connection.
One thing I've realized that everyone that I've met so far that we have in common is that we have like a really good reason and we're really passionate about what we're going to study and like why we're going to study it. And so I love seeing that like fire within everyone, and it makes me feel like I'm amongst my own people, like everyone that are just like really like happy and excited to like do what they want to do. So I love that.
That's really cool, yeah. I definitely felt that when I was visiting, even though I wasn't a student, like everyone I met in the engineering school, because I was like group of engineering people, they were just like all very passionate about their intellectual endeavors, and it was really nice to hear like people talking about like their side projects, their extracurriculars, and just like academic subjects that they're interested in, like just for the fun of it, which is really cool. So I can move on. So I also love the people. Probably the first thing is like the people are amazing. Specifically like beyond the classmates, I really liked my admissions officer. It's kind of a weird story, but like after I got accepted,
yeah, she wrote you like a personal thing.
Did I tell you that? Oh yeah, she wrote me like this really encouraging email of like congratulations, like I'm so like proud of you. Like she talked about like my essays because my essays were really personal to me, and like she talked about like something that I wrote in them. So like she remembered that, right? And she was like, best of luck with like the interview process and everything.
Yeah. Oh, I love how like USC, like if they like are interested in you, they'll like reach out and like after I went to like a couple events, or like I made it clear that I was applying, like they sent me a little postcard. They're like, Nina, we're so happy that you're applying, and I was like,
so
oh
yeah.
And it was like, and also like after I got in, I got like phone calls to my personal phone number because I added it in my slide room application. And it was the professors who like read my whole application and like all my scripts, and they're like, we loved your scripts, that was really cool, you should come.
That's crazy.
And I was like, ouch, you're calling my personal phone. Like it was kind of like, oh, but it was really nice because like people were reaching out and stuff, and they were like, if they like you, they'll be like, we really like you. Yeah. So that's really nice and reassuring.
I also really liked campus. I like walking around it. It's like so put together and just like so pretty.
I like campus. I like how neat it is. Yeah. Like everything's really neat. Yeah. I will say one thing though. I say this all the time, but like the architect who built USC was just like, man, I love bricks. Let's make everything brick. The ground, the walls, everything should be brick. It gave off that, you know, red gold USC vibe.
Yeah, I think the color coordination's on point. I don't know, it just like, I felt like USC was like a campus that if I had imagined college in high school, it would be like
that. It's a very college-y campus.
Yeah, very, very college-y. I liked the dorms. I was able to tour McCarthy, which is for the honors students, and it was like really clean and very new and like lots of space, which is amazing.
Well, they are new. Yeah.
True.
One of the biggest reasons was like Well, the film school itself, it's like #1 in the nation. So it felt kind of stupid if I was gonna be like saying no to them. Like, nah, I'm not gonna go to like the #1 film school in the nation. Going to a private school, you have like the alumni network. Yeah. And USC has like one of the strongest alumni networks. So it's nice like seeing like there's going to be a community of older, like wiser people that have already had jobs and stuff that are going to be there to take care of you. Like not entirely like, you know, do everything for you, but like kind of be there to advise you and take care of you like after you graduate, and that'd be really nice. Especially like in industry like the film industry, that's like really helpful because it's hard to get started on your own. I also wanted to go because the location was in LA, and that would just make my life 10 times more convenient because I still go on auditions sometimes, and my manager and agent are there, and everything is there, and like the film industry is there. Right. So Los Angeles is like the place to be. I will say like the tuition was kind of like much for, I was like the only thing I was like kind of like about it. Yeah, in the end like I'm still able to afford it, and I'm still able to like pay it off and earn more money to pay for my tuition myself. But I know for every individual person it's different.
Yeah. I think on my end, similar to location, like I'm a CS major and business major, and I like really wanted to like, my dream in high school was like to work in Silicon Valley and be involved in like startups and tech companies, things like that. And similarly, Silicon Valley, Bay Area, like NorCal, whatever, is like the place to be. So like just like LA is a place to be for entertainment. So I feel like location was definitely a thing for me. Even though like I will say USC has a really strong engineering school, I think it was just because I felt like Berkeley and MET was a better fit for me.
It was just another better place, another better option.
Yeah. So that's all we have for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and feel free to leave any questions down in the comments below.
Yeah. Good luck with your applications, you guys.